Welcome, everyone, to For the Love of Pro Wrestling. I am your host, Paul D. Uh, what a week we had of wrestling, huh? Another good week. I didn't get to watch all of it. I have to apologize. I had satellite problems on Friday, so I did not get to watch Smackdown, or I did not really get to watch Rampage fully. I've seen clips, so we can talk about it. Looking forward to doing the stream today. As promised, about 3 o'clock. Here I am. So let's talk pro wrestling. I'm really looking forward to having some of you folks join in. So let's chime into some questions and comments, and we'll see where we go. All your comments will be read live, um, as long as they're not racist or homophobic. We don't do slurs on here. We do a review of AEW and WWE main product. So Dynamite, Rampage, Raw, and SmackDown. So, y'all hearing me okay? Everything's coming through clear? Let me know if you can't hear me. I'm going to put my headset on for just a few minutes and see what it sounds like here. So, I'm hearing it good on my end. Nice and clear. The audio looks good. The video looks good. Let's go with this. Um, like I said, I did not get to watch SmackDown, and Rampage was, well, it was a show. There was a couple of good segments that I did get to see on YouTube. So, I look forward to doing this. Really would like to see a few people joining in on the chat. I look forward to doing that with you guys. I mean, that's kind of one of my highlights. Last week when I uploaded, I did nobody live, and it's okay. I mean, I had a couple pop ins, but nobody for a full stream. That's okay though. Um, we'll just keep plugging along. I have no notes, so whatever I do, I have to do either off the cuff or I'm kind of screaming Sling alongside of my. That's why I got a split screen going. I got Sling on the other side, so I'm ready to kind of go over Raw. But in order to do this, I'm gonna have to put my Knox on, so I got to be able to see. Um, Raw this week was pretty good, actually. I mean, it's better than it was a few weeks ago. Each week, we start seeing a little more of the growth and the progression of the Triple H era of WWE. He has done some pretty amazing things already, just, letting us see the subtle changes and the longer match time, more focus on the women's division, him bringing back women's tag belts. Don't know they really needed them, but that's okay. Um, what we're going to have to do is, I guess, have patience. Every week gets a little bit better. It's just getting better and better. So let's hope that keeps growing, and we'll see how it goes over the next 6 months or a year. I mean, I'm back watching WWE again, which is something I hadn't done much in the last 3 years. So that's a good thing. It's a perk. Pluses, love pluses. Um, the match times have all gotten longer. We're getting more wrestling and good promos. I'm starting to get the feeling like with Bailey and a lot of the talent, they're maybe giving them bullet points. Some they're still going to have to script because they're just not ready to do it on their own. Kind of like me, I'm not really ready to do this on my own, but hey, we're still doing this, aren't we? So, no knock on anybody. We opened Monday Night Raw with, 1 second here. We opened Monday Night Raw with, man, I'm having a brain fart. And I just watched this. A very, very good crowd. Fairly hot crowd in the audience. Fans loving, what they're seeing. And I guess if I was in live attendance, I'd be more happy about what we're getting now too. It isn't like what we're getting just a month ago or better. That was truly dreadful TV. Hence the reason I never watched it anymore. Looking forward to what's blooming. Hey, speaking of blooming, what's blooming with you guys today? I mean, you can share this video a little bit. And do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. Just elbow smash that thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel and you'd like to get weekly wrestling content, I mean, right now I'm only going on Saturdays, but as I'm showing, I'll be here every Saturday about 3 o'clock. So we'll see how this goes. But maybe today's stream will only be somewhere in 45 minutes to an hour. We'll see how it goes. I really do depend on having you guys talk to me, message me. Just jump in and don't be afraid to ask questions and comments because they all get read on live. I do them live. There's no skipping on this. I mean, I'll skip them if they're very derogatory. If you're going to be doing things that are deemed inappropriate by me or by YouTube, we're not going to talk about that. But, I guess I talked about WWE in the past when it wasn't good, so that should have almost been a crime. But that's not a crime. It should have been considered a crime the way it was going. The Vince McMahon era is done. And that's really obvious. I mean, yes, you still see some Vince style stuff on the shows. That's going to take time. I mean, think about what their investors, they can't just go in and wipe the slate clean and start everything over again. I think that would send them off the deep end. It'd scare them just to no end. And probably making them wonder, did they make a right choice by putting Triple H in charge of creative? I mean, I think they did. Triple H is a good brain, has a good root. He knows what he's doing. We just have to have patience. And on the other side of the screen, we got TK, Tony Khan, running AEW. And on side of that, he's working with ROH, trying to get TV deals and stuff. That's good shit. I'm a long-time ROH fan. I've been watching AEW since day one. I mean, hell, before they were even an actual company, when they were still just that first show that the Bucks and Kenny and Hangman, and they put that shit on in Chicago the first time, or Vegas, I believe, was on their own. That's a pretty big landmark, and then, TK came in with the money to back them up. Good for them. So let's see where it goes. I think they're doing fantastic. They're good shows. Their viewership is, bouncing in that low to mid, even sometimes high 900Ks. Like to see them over 1 million, and I'm sure they'll get there in time. We just got to have a lot of patience, and we got to get fans to start watching them. And content creators like myself and JD from New York. He's fantastic, by the way. I have no problem repping him. He's great. BC Amplified. He don't do the reviews anymore, but that is what it is. It's not for lack of the product, but that's you can go to his channel and get his explanations on that. I see we've got Bailey coming out. They did a lot of recaps the first 10, 12 minutes of the show. So I mean that's pretty much what it was, recapping, last week. And we got Bailey and Io Sky, formerly known as Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai. 3 of the greatest women in wrestling right now, in my personal opinion. I think they're fantastic. They're a heel faction, team, whatever. Love it. They're doing stuff. I mean, remember Dakota got fired, released, and Io was doing absolutely nothing. Bailey was out injured for over a year and nothing for her to do. So she's back. And they look good in the ring. So what do you guys think? You agree with them looking good in the ring? I think they're doing fantastic. This women's tag tournament. Did you watch Smackdown last Friday? I did, and portions of it. I said YouTube clips and what I could find out there, but it wasn't enough to give a real honest review. So I'm stuck just talking. But let's get somebody else to talk with me on here. Like I said, you can give me a like. I'd appreciate it. If you give me a share, that's even better. Sub to my channel. You can hit the subscribe link in there, and it costs nothing. I don't have super chats. I just have chats. So if y'all want to talk, we can talk. Send in your questions. Comment on what you think. Shade comment on me for all I care. I don't care. So whatever you want to talk about, we talk about it. It's more of a discussion group than a review today. So I'm gonna give it a moment here, and hopefully we'll get a few viewers. I mean, I'm coming out at a good time of day, I think. I mean, better than my last week's video going on Sunday at like 7:30 at night. In case y'all are wondering, it's just coffee in my cup. I rarely drink alcoholic beverages. I do drink on occasion, but it's a rarity. What do you guys think of Io Sky and Bailey and Dakota and their new faction? I think they're fantastic. I know I keep going on and on about that, but you know what? Those are faces I missed on the TV screen. Those are faces that could be on my TV screen every week. I'll never get sick of it. I mean, I've been watching wrestling for a very long time. And I think, I do have a really good idea of what a good professional wrestler is. And these women are fantastic. They're not just good, they're great. So, again, that's my opinion, but it's not really, because if you think about it, they are that great. So let's see what goes on with the show. This is a pretty long promo from what I'm seeing. I don't remember. At my age, I do kind of have a tendency to forget shit if it ain't written down, so I apologize for that. But I do what I can, and I will be on every Saturday. And if something comes up that I can't be on Saturday, please be patient for me. I'll be on Sunday. I just really prefer to do my streams on Saturday. I work Monday through Friday. I drive trucks, so I'm gone all week, so I do watch the shows while I'm out there. Raw and Dynamite I watch when I'm on the road, but Friday nights I try to get home and watch the shows live. I said last night I had all kinds of dish problems. I'm still having them, so yeah, that's how that goes. Remember, comments are always welcome. And any chats that come in and comments, I will read them on screen, on live. I have no problem reading them out, so feel free. I will be here. I mean, we're 13 minutes in and I'm still going, so this is cool. What'd you guys think of Dynamite? I mean, I enjoyed the show. My God, I was up on the main event and I'm thinking, like, my God, we went through the show already? Didn't realize 2 hours had flown past. Kind of Smackdown did that to me this week, too. Really caught me off guard. Yeah, it really did. Excuse me. And now I see, I'm just kind of glancing over at the screen and I'm seeing that Miss Bliss is coming out. I can't say I don't like Alexa Bliss. Actually, I like what they're forming as a faction with Bliss and Asuka. And, oh my God, I'm drawing a total blank on her name. Our women's champion. Wow, Paul. Somebody comment the Raw Women's Champion's name. Bianca Belair. Now, I'm telling you what, there's a lot of talent in that ring. Bianca's great. Asuka's amazing. Alexa's good. She's good. She gets better. When she tries, she can put on one hell of a show. I'm kind of trying something new. I'm seeing if I can keep my profanity down. So I'm going to keep myself on a sociable level today. Kind of not so to the point of going just carried away crazy. It is very warm in my little booth here too, by the way. I don't want to turn on an air conditioner that makes a bit of noise, and I don't need the sound coming through my speakers. It drives me nuts, and I don't like to hear it. So, I'll put up with a little bit of heat for an hour, hour and a half. I mean, last week I did damn near an hour and 40 minutes or hour and 45 minutes. So, you know, had a lot of fun doing last week's show. I also had notes on everything. And just as a footnote, I'm a smoker. So apologize, but no, I don't. It's one of my little guilty things that I do yet. And you don't like it, don't watch me. But it's just what I am. And I'm just streaming in sweat here. That's okay. I can be a fat, sweaty person on TV. It's okay. So, what are we going to talk about today? I'd like to keep this as a discussion group. And I got to turn some notifications off here so I don't want any sound. There. All kinds of noise coming in. So, did you guys watch any of these shows this week? Raw, Smackdown, Rampage, Dynamite? Hell, maybe you watched Impact. I don't know anything about Impact. I have not been keeping up with it. I do know that the Good Brothers contracts are running out. If they haven't ran out already, I was hearing last month that they're running out. I mean, where do you think they'd fit? Would they fit in with Ring of Honor, maybe? I mean, I don't really know if I want to see him on Dynamite, but that might. Omega's rumored to be coming back this week, so this coming week. I hope he does. He's kind of a needed person. And on Wednesday we had the return of CM Punk. That was great. I mean, I enjoy Punk in the ring. It ain't like it was 15, 20 years or 18 years ago, whatever. It ain't like it was when he was in WWE. I got to the point where I just couldn't stand seeing him all the time. Them days are gone. I like this current rendition of Punk. I like what he's doing. I like that he's being a consummate professional. Yes, he got hurt, and he was gone for a couple of months, and Mox took the interim title, and that's quite okay. Mox did a lot of wrestling with that title. And he made it look fantastic for an interim. He did a lot of work. He carried that belt with pride, and when it comes to All Out here in a couple of weeks, I'm looking forward to that because I got a really, really strong feeling that Mox is going to pull out the maybe victory and dethrone Punk in Chicago. Again, that's just an opinion. Anybody wants to battle it, they can come back at me. That's okay. But I think that's going to happen. These are just opinions. A lot of these content creators out here won't spew opinions. I will. I'll talk about my opinions. Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, I'm first to admit it. So let's see where I do. Let's see how I do on this. Do I think Punk's going to win? Possibly. Moxley should. Do I think the women's match at All Out will end up being an Ember Moon against Jade Cargill? Yeah, I do, actually, for the TNT or for the TBS Championship. And, and again, don't know if this is a popular opinion or not, but I think that Ember would be a good choice to take the title off of Jade. That's her elevate herself so she can go and build herself up a little. I mean, she's 36-0 already, for God's sake. And she looks great in the ring. She's gotten better every week. I mean, we all have an off week. She's had one, maybe two off weeks out of 36 defenses. That's impressive enough. So maybe she'll be out there for another 10 years, maybe 20. Maybe she's one of the first women that jumps back to WWE. See, there's exciting conversation. I think so, at least. I love AEW. Don't ever think wrong on that because I do. I love the show. And I think the world of TK, and they've got a lot of talent. And maybe once Ring of Honor gets fired up, that'll kind of alleviate the belt situations. They got so damn many belts on their shows now. I'm not going to go through the belts. There's like 20 belts between the promotions. And You need to get ROH separated off on their own. You need to get them a TV deal. So, you know, like I said, it's still up for conversation. Say yes, chat. Feel free. Um, Going back to what I was talking about, you know, AEW, WWE, both are good companies. You know, both got a lot of creativity. AEW has been a little bit better on the long term storytelling, long term booking. Okay, they've been a lot better at it over the last 3+ years. Actually, September 2nd, isn't that their anniversary? I believe so. September marks their 3-year anniversary on TNT TBS. That's great. You know, if that, pissant t-shirt company, but let's not go back into history and dredge up things that got said. Not that far back, at least. Just for conversation's sake, I think we need to talk about, what talents might jump back and forth between WWE and AEW. I mean, who do you think? I personally think someone like, let's start on the AEW going to WWE side. Eventually, I think Chris Jericho will go back to WWE. He's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. So the only way he gets in there is to go back to the E. And maybe he will never compete again once he gets there. Maybe he just comes in as a backstage person, but he's going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. He'll go back. I personally think there's going to be a few of them that are going to go back. Claudio, I don't see him going back. He spent years there and never became anything. He's now working for Tony Khan. He's now the Ring of Honor champion. So you don't get much more prestige than that when he never got to hold singles championship gold. I mean, not the big titles. He never was thought of as a big main eventer. I think he is, and Tony does too. I mean, he's a Ring of Honor person. He was there before. He knows what he's doing. So, yeah, I'm all for it. Another one that could easily jump back to WWE, although from the promo I heard from him last night, would be Bryan Danielson, formerly Daniel Bryan in the E. I could see that happening. Not as long as he's a part of the Blackpool Combat Club. And I don't know how long they signed Regal for, but now that Triple H is running WWE, is Regal going to go back to the E once his contract runs out? If he does, that's going to totally fucking ruin the Blackpool Combat Club. Again, that's just my opinion. Fucking Rollins. See Rollins dancing around looking like a goof, but you know what? That's part of his mystique, part of his lure to the people. I guess they like that. Again, I want your opinions on things, so help me out with this conversation. Give me something to talk about. Oh, not like I really need it. I got plenty to chat on. Let's go over to WWE to see who you think. Maybe you don't agree with me. Maybe you do, on people that could jump over to the AEW. Like some of the people that were being pushed by McMahon legacy. And now you got Triple H. Who do you think's not going to be pushed anymore? They're going to be dropped down to the bottom of the card, left sitting catering. Actually, I got one more I'd like to see leave AEW. And this isn't because the person's not a at least decent wrestler. But, I'll say it, and I probably got a little heat off of this, but I'm not a Sonny Kiss fan. I'm just not. I do not care for it. He's not that great a wrestler. He's good at best. He's got like 6 moves, and that's it. That's not my thing. I like people that are amazing. I want to see good wrestling on my TV, not just something that's, well, I'm here. So, what do you guys think? Please leave comments. WWE jumps over to AEW. We still are looking at people like, when their contracts run out. Depending upon how Riddle gets done, Matt Riddle, And, eventually some of the women might decide to go over there. AEW's women's division is looking really good. They got to start giving them more TV time. I'd like to see the women have 25 minutes for a couple of matches, 15 minutes apiece, 2 matches a week on Dynamite, and then one on Rampage. I think that would be good. Now, Narcon, if they're going to bring out tag team titles for the women, which they are, I mean, you already know what's going to happen. And I'm not for that either. They don't need them. That's something that could have waited another few years, if ever. Let's see how they push that division. They're starting to get a little more TV time. But when you put people on there that don't deserve TV time yet, yeah, it just kind of takes me a little out of it. So I'm going to be the negative one today on that show. Rampage had one really good segment. One little, um, I'm drawing a blank. Brian Danielson, excuse me, and talking to Garcia, and Daniel Garcia is great. He brings up that when he first came into AEW, Garcia's name was one of the first names out of his mouth on people he wanted to work with and people he thought had something to do, that had a place in the company to be there for a long time and to become something. I agree with Brian on that. I mean, holy shit, Garcia is great. I liked his line, I don't like the sports entertainment shit. This is a pro wrestling company. They do a little sports entertainment, but that's not what they're based on. Where with Triple H, he's trying to get rid of the sports entertainment too. I mean, he's going to have to keep some of it, because that's what the majority of their audience has been, programmed to watch for the last 20 years or more. But it's getting there, I jump over from WWE to AEW. In time, I could see, drawing a blank on a name again. In time, I could absolutely see Angelo Dawkins jumping over to AEW. If they ever split up the profits. The rumor has they want to split them up. I'm not for that. Excuse me? I'm 100% set on keeping the profits as a tag team. At least for now. Give them another year or two. My God, they need tag teams, and they're a good tag team. Keep them together. They can have their issues, but they can resolve them, and they come back, and they'll just be fine. So let's do that instead of splitting up another tag team. How you guys feel about that? You guys like the idea of the Street Profits breaking up, or do you want to see them stay together? I'm just curious. I'd like to know. Feel free to leave a comment down below, or comment on the stream. I'll talk with you about it. Same cigarette just went out, but I am very pumped about what we have coming up in the months and years ahead. Now, there was years I didn't even want to even. I would talk through all of Raw and SmackDown. God, more SmackDown than Raw. I know you guys pay attention to Dave Meltzer and Wrestling Observer. Or do you listen to SRS on Fightful? I do. I mean, I subscribe to the Observer. SRS, I get a little pissed off at him as he puts everything behind a paywall, and I don't want to buy the paywall. Maybe down the road I will, just to get the inside scoops, but he's been right more than he's been wrong. What anybody says about Sap, I don't care. He's pretty good. He does get a lot of his stuff right, just like a lot of these other quote unquote non-dirt sheets, the ones that actually report stuff. There's also a whole bunch of YouTubers out there that report false information as it's fact. It's not. Don't believe them. Only believe the ones that talk the truth. I'm one of them. I don't talk hypotheticals. And if I do, I'm telling you, it's my opinion, or this is what I would like to see. But again, that would be an opinion. So, how about you guys? I know you guys have opinions. We can use that as a discussion topic for today. We can talk opinions. I'm good for that. What do you think of Ring of Honor? I mean, we can talk about that. It's not in the header, but we can talk Ring of Honor. I mean, shit, there's Ring of Honor is going to be something. Hopefully, as Tony makes that absolutely amazing. If he can do to Ring of Honor what he has done for AEW, and some way magically this man never sleeps. There's no way he could. He is running 3 hours of TV and 1 to 3 hours of YouTube every week, on top of his football team here in the States and his phone team over in the UK. And whatever side ventures he's got going on. The man can't sleep. If he can pull off Ring of Honor and make it a credible show, at least an hour, maybe 2 on TV, start him off on an hour. I'd say give him a Thursday. Actually, no, take that back. I think they ought to move Rampage to Thursdays at 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern. I think that would make sense. I mean, I'm in agreement with a lot of the podcasters out there. Rampage needs to be 2 hours and needs to be live. It can't be taped every week. We get a live show on occasion where they'll even tell you it's a rare episode, a rare live episode. Rampage needs to be live every week. It needs to get to a better time slot, not 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock East on a Friday night. If they're targeting a younger demo, why would they want to be on that late at night? These guys and these gals are out doing whatever they do. I mean, my God, I know I'd have been out partying. I sure wouldn't have been home watching pro wrestling. Not at 9, 10 o'clock at night. On a Friday night? Are you kidding me? I worked all damn week. I want to have some fun. So, I mean, I'd have been out listening to live music or, doing something of entertainment. Maybe spending time with your woman. I mean, if you're married, you take your wife out for a night, a couple times a month and treat her good. It's not a bad thing. But this isn't for life advice. This is a podcast dedicated to pro wrestling, as the name for the love of pro wrestling. It's what I talk about. Rampage was a missable show with a very good 4 or 5 minute segment. Like I said, Danielson and Garcia were fun. That was fun. And Smackdown, I really can't talk about it. I didn't see enough, so I need you guys to pipe up. You need to talk to me and let me know what you want to talk about. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I see I have one person active. How you doing? Yeah, welcome to your stream. You haven't been here before. If you have and you didn't like it before, give me a chance. I mean, this is just this is a discussion group today. So I kind of got to apologize for that, but no, not really. Sorry, not sorry. I can't really help what happens when things fall apart and Dish kind of screws me over. There isn't much I can do about it. So, like I said, I'm waiting here for you guys to tell me what you want and what you want to talk about. I see chat starting to come in. I'm going to throw my eyeballs back on so I can see you. So, I don't know. Well, welcome to the stream anyways. Glad to see one person up in here. At least that's better than I had last week. So thank you. And if you stick around for a half hour, you definitely got the record for the night or the afternoon. I am now 35 minutes in, and any wrestling news out there you folks know about, or anything you want to discuss, you bring it up, and if I don't know it, I will find it. So, just saying. In fact, now that let's go find out if there's any recurrent news coming up, which I need to put my eyes on for this. Oh, I think I just froze up. I'll come back. Don't worry about it. I'll come back. I'm back. See, I'm just, I should run on my laptop for this, but I don't have it in here at the moment. PW Insider. What are they saying? Oh, that is not good news. PW Insider 2 hours ago was reporting that Drew McIntyre is off with back issue. I'm going to look that up, see what that's all about. Not liking to hear that. And that was at 2:08 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, Drew McIntyre. Oh, this is killing me. Come on. Enough to make me start cursing, I swear. Oh, this is ridiculous. Yeah, this is irritating the hell out of me. I'm going to look it up on my phone since that works a lot better than my computer some days. So, yeah, and I'm froze up. This is pissing me off. Now I got internet trouble too. Come on. Sorry, I'm on my phone trying to find information for you folks. This stupid thing. Okay, now I got it. Yeah, Drew McIntyre is off the road due to a back issue. No details are getting given out, but that's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So hopefully that's not a long-term thing. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of stuff. I'm just not seeing a whole lot of. We'll go on to Twitter here and see what I can come up with. Where the hell's Twitter at? Come on, Bluebird, where are you? There you are. Yeah, like I said, you feel free to leave your chat. See, I still got my one person here watching yet. That's good. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Yeah, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm just not seeing anything that, no, I'm not seeing anything. So there's no news, no real wrestling news at the minute. That could change. That could change. We still got at least 20 minutes left, maybe an hour. I don't know. We'll see what it takes up to, but I'm afraid I will sit around. I will do that. So, and yeah, I forgot to mention this. I forgot to mention actually the highlight of Rampage last night. Parker Boudreaux, yeah, former member of the WWE NXT roster, part of the Next in Line, the NIL program, was released and wrestling dark for the last couple of weeks with Tony Khan's company. I don't know if they're going to keep him as an AEW, if they're going to put him in ROH, but he is part of the Trustbusters now, which makes for entertainment. I like Parker. I think he's got a bright future for him as long as he's willing to learn and he gets better every week. Hey, let's go. Let's get this kid moving. I think he's got a very bright future. Very, very bright. Parker Boudreaux, absolutely. Keep around. I hope he's signed for years, and I hope he's on a regular contract, not a tier deal. Yeah, he was Harlan in the NXT. Was paired with Joe Gacy and his stable. Boudreaux has not lost since he signed or since he came on to Dark. He's had a couple of wins on Dark, and then he had he killed Sonny Kiss. To which in turn, Sonny turned around and kicked OC Orange Cassidy in the frickin' basket. The low hanging fruit got kicked all right. I would say, really, really serious. I would say his got juiced. Sorry about that. And I do like that WWE is actually working with their mid card titles finally and making them important. The IC and the US titles. I mean, literally, you don't. For years, they've been not giving a shit about, just forgotten about. Triple H is building them back up to be something important. I mean, especially on Raw, now that they haven't had a Raw heavyweight championship for a while, and Roman's kind of holding everything hostage, which is more conversation we can get into. But yeah, I'm just not seeing anything for news. So, yeah. What do you think about that? Roman holding both belts and the Usos having, well, I like the idea that the tag team titles become unified. I don't like the unified World Heavyweight Championship. Roman, I did till the point that Roman became a part timer. And then I'm to the point where I don't like it anymore because now it don't make fucking sense. Excuse my language. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't go to Raw. He's almost never on TV. When he is, he's not in the ring doing anything other than talking. I mean, Roman's been a great talker. And up until a couple of weeks ago, I really enjoyed his heel run. But now I'm kind of getting to the point of being over Roman Reigns. And now we got to start wondering who the hell's going to take those belts off him. I mean, they brought back talent that Vince released. I'm good with that. I mean, Karrion Kross is back with Scarlett. That's a beautiful thing to see. He's getting chucked right into the title picture. That was last week. And now you see that, Tommaso Ciampa is getting pushed. Hopefully he gets away from the Miz. My God, that's a toxic environment for him. He's got to get away from that loser. And, those of you that are Ms. Marks, good for you, but that will never be me. I see nothing that he does that's of any significant value. He does build up stars. He's built up stars. He's helped get people over. He's got that kind of face and attitude that just makes you want to slap the taste out of his mouth. And that's good for a heel. But he's just not someone I give two fucks about. I just don't. And I'm not going to change my opinion. I've been watching this shit for years. 1977. That's all, or 1978. Excuse me. That's a long time. If you want to go through and do the math, that's about 40 years. Hell, more than that. That's about 45 years. Yeah, 45 years. So through 5 decades, I have watched pro wrestling. So I do have a little knowledge in there. My head's not totally empty. Don't let it fool you. Don't let my looks fool you. I know a little bit about pro wrestling. So let's keep this shit rocking out. Let's get some likes in there. Let's get some, let's make it happen. Let's talk pro wrestling. Come on, people. I need chats. I'm going to give it another 20 minutes, and I'm kind of running out of conversation topics for myself. So if you guys got something you want to talk about, just drop a line. It'll get me going on something. I'm very game to do this. I'll give you another hour. I don't care. 2 hours. I don't care. I have all day. So we can talk, or I can end this in 20 minutes or 15 minutes and call it good in an hour. So it all depends. I don't want to cut early. I want at least an hour. So I'm going to sit here and just rattle. And please like the channel. And if you're watching this after it gets done being live and it goes up, because it'll go up live or go up, and it'll be up on the channel. It, honest to God, will be. Everything will be. I have no problem coming on every Saturday and sitting here and talking. I can talk for at least an hour. It's not a problem. It might go off course a little bit. I might bounce back and forth, but I try to do this. I'm trying to be entertaining, so let's kind of make me have fun. Last cigarette on my stream. After this, I'm done smoking until I'm done with this thing. And if you give me just a few seconds, I'm going to open a window, let some less hot air in here. And if you hear a little bit of background noise, I apologize for it. It's getting stifling in here. By the way, I live not too far from rail tracks, so if you hear a train go through, don't be surprised. So if that's coming through too loud, I'll close the window again. That ain't too bad, I don't think. So, all right. Like I said, welcome to anybody that shows up for this, either live or after it's uploaded. That's good either way. So just I love having you folks around. I'd like to see more on the chat side of life, but what do we want to do? What are we going to talk about for the next 15 minutes? Seriously, what do you want to talk about? We'll talk about it. Just shoot me a random question. Ask about anything. I'll answer anything. I suck at love advice, so if you want to ask it, I'll shoot you an answer, but I don't think you'll like the answer. I'm not the best one asking for love advice. So, what do you guys think? Where are we going to be in 6 months? What's WWE going to be like 6 months from now? Personally, I think it's going to be great. And I think the competition, like it or not, or Tony and them call it competition, it's competition. I think the competition between AEW and WWE is going to make for a lot of very, very, very good wrestling. I really do. Like I said, TK's just got to get that damn Rampage off of that time slot to a different time slot on a different day. Thursdays, Tuesdays. I mean, who the fuck watches NXT? There's a handful of what, getting 600,000 people on a good week. I mean, put it up against NXT. You'll get better viewership. Put on good matches and storyline progression. Yeah, you'll get viewership. I know you will. Why? Because I got faith in the public. I got faith in our people. I mean, damn, Tony, I love you to death, but you need to get that live. Do what you can to get that on TV live every week. And as far as NXT, change it back to the black and gold. Not necessarily 100% back, because I don't think that'll ever happen. But let's get some of the aspects of black and gold back into NXT. Let's see if we can't make that a more fun show. Maybe eventually I'll start watching it if it gets good enough. Let Triple H take that. Let Shawn Michaels really take it over. You hear that shit that he said, in his interview? I don't remember if that was Friday. I think that was Friday. I heard about it Friday. So it might have been Thursday when he said it. That whatever is on NXT, that's been all him. He's the one doing that. I think that is a corporate answer. I think that is bullshit. I think that Shawn Michaels is fantastic as a person to be working with, but I also think he's a corporate man. He is going to give the political answer, so it's not throwing anybody under the bus. Because, I mean, think about it. For all these years, Vince has kept care of Shawn Michaels. It makes sense that he would back Vince. I mean, he knows what Vince did was wrong. And he knows it was stupid, and he made his share of mistakes in his life, too. So, yeah, so I told you I'll pop up a conversation. That's not that hard to do, folks. But it's even easier to give a like. And it's even easier to give me just a couple little lines to run with. So I can run for 10 minutes with a good question. So what do you think is going to happen? Do you see NXT getting good enough where more podcasters will jump online and start reviewing their shows? Do you see WWE breaking 3 million viewers on a Monday night or Friday night? Do you see AEW possibly breaking 1.5? And if you do, how long will it take? Because I see WWE pushing that 2 million mark now. Hell, it was not this Monday, but the Monday before they had a 2.29. That's a really good rating. Pretty impressive for Triple H's first show on his own. His first Monday Night Raw, right after a pay-per-view. That's probably why that viewership was so high. Premium live event, excuse me. But now this week they dropped down. If I remember, it was like 900. No, sorry about that. 1.9. So, I mean, they weren't terrible. It was still a damn good show. I mean, I enjoyed watching it. I wish there was more than I could remember about it. But that's years of abuse to my brain and things in my past. But I need to take notes on my shows. That's it. And I will come in next week with a full rundown. Notes will be taken. And I will get my Dish Network situation fixed. And I look forward to being here again next Saturday. I want to do this every Saturday. I really do. This is my escape. It's my quiet time where I can just talk to you folks and enjoy the day. I don't want to be doing these at 8, 9 o'clock at night. That's too late. I would much rather sit down at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock. And I would rather do a live stream than an upload. So I'm just going to keep pushing out these lives. If I get one viewer, if I get 10,000, I don't care. I would love to have more. I would like to get enough people to watch my content so I could actually become. This is not a profession for me. I mean, no, it's not. I got a full-time job. I work 70 hours a week doing what I do. But it's a nice hobby. And I think my brother would be pretty proud of me. I mean, little brother, but he's the one that had all this camera experience, and now you got me doing this shit. I don't care. I'll do it. Like I said, I love pro wrestling. I love AEW. I love WWE. I've been watching WWE since before WWE was even a thing. Before it was just WWF. I was watching when it was WWF, Worldwide Wrestling Federation. I was watching my little home area wrestling, AWA, All American Wrestling. I mean, American Wrestling Association. Excuse me. And that was fun. It was Vern Gagne and his family running and owning that. And Vern did a lot of great things in his life, but Vince came in and just shot him a deal he couldn't refuse, and his talent was all going away anyways. And yeah, it was time for him to do what he had to do, and he sold it out. And Vince got a lot of great talent out of that deal. I mean, Vince already had poached, like Hogan and Michaels, and all them guys from the day. Randy Savage. I remember that Randy Macho Man Savage. Oh yeah, he was originally an AWA guy. He probably worked on the Indies, but as far as the territory days goes of the 70s and early 80s, oh yeah, Savage was big. And I got to see him when he was just getting into the TV lights and stuff, and that was quite the time to grow up. I grew up in a great time to be a pro wrestling fan. Now we're coming into another hiatus of pro wrestling. This is great. We're getting good content, good pro wrestling, not bad segments. They're not overdoing the shit where the 24/7 title, hell, its only appearance was around Dana Brooks' waist, and that was a waste. And I'm not meaning that in a good sense. That was a waste of freaking space. I still don't understand that shit, but we're not going to talk about that. So yeah, the only sighting of the 24/7 title. Hopefully that thing disappears from TV. It don't need to be out there. But I am running on my Debbie Downer today, I guess, because it's not a lot to talk about. I mean, there's news. There's not news. None of the Friday shows were that real newsworthy, in my opinion. Again, that's an opinion. And you know what they say about opinions? They're like assholes, and everybody's got one, and it's usually full of shit. That's true. But take the opinion of a person that's been watching for 45 years and enjoy it, for what I can do. But I'll tell you right now, pro wrestling needed this life support unit to be kind of kicked up a notch, give it that extra shot of adrenaline to kind of get life back into the programming. 9 times out of 10, TK does a good job of that. As we've seen on Black and Gold, 9.5 times out of 10, Triple H does a really good job of that. Let's hope H don't bring too many talent into the company and become so bloated like it was before, where they have to do these mass releases. Because that's not doing anybody any favors. And I'm hoping the era of mass releases is done. Nobody wants to see talent unemployed. I don't. I am not out to watch anybody become not working. So let's keep the guys that you've got, and let's add what you need to. If you do that, you'll make a successful show. I'm pretty sure of it. You're a brilliant person, Triple H, and Tony. You're proving it every week that you can knock Dynamite out of the park. So I look forward to this coming up week and seeing what we get for wrestling. and seeing what we get for live shows. Because, I mean, honest to God, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's 3 great nights of wrestling a week. That's all I can ask for. I mean, I'm not wound up tighter than a fiddle string. I'm not pissed off about a lot today. This is a pretty mellow stream. So, okay, I see my one viewer kind of decided to take a hiatus. That's okay. We have broke the hour time limit, a minimum. So, I'm gonna end this in a few minutes, but I'm just gonna say it like this. God bless pro wrestling. And these performers, they go out and they work their asses off to give us entertainment. I am 100% support of all the pro wrestlers out there, from Alexa Bliss to Bianca Belair to a Charlotte Flair to a Dana Brooke to a Drew McIntyre to a Roman Reigns to the Usos to a Sami Zayn or to a anybody. If you're a pro wrestler, my hat's off to you. I respect you, and you guys kill it. AEW, same thing. Look at their talent roster. It's stacked. Legit, they got one of the best rosters in pro wrestling right now. Just and Dynamite should not be drawn on mid 1.7s, 1.6. God, at least give them a 1.3. They put out decent content. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect. No TV show is perfect. Is it good? Oh, yes, it's good. Is it worth sitting down and dedicating 2 hours to? I do. It's appointment television for me. And just like Raw and Smackdown are becoming that again, Dynamite and most of the time Rampage, it's appointment TV. It's something I make sure I can watch. If not live, I will watch the replay. But like I said, this week I can't do that. And I apologize for this kind of screwed up stream because of it. But I love doing this. I love pro wrestling. And just as a quick outro, I am Paul D, going by my real name. And this is For the Love of Pro Wrestling. God bless and have a nice weekend. Talk to you next Saturday. Same time, same channel. Good night.